guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Firstly, a quick update on the Lewandowski saga as Lewandowski's agent and Bayern Munich battle it out behind the scenes for Bayern Munich to let him go this summer and join Barcelona. And Lewandowski is planning to push for the move behind closed doors and also in public as well. But Barcelona have been linked with a French striker just in case the Lewandowski operation does fail. Along with Lewandowski, another priority for Barcelona in the attack this summer is Raphinha, but today the club have received a massive transfer blow for him as Leeds United are asking for a lot of money to sell him this summer. They don't want player swaps. They will take the deal in installments but not over so many years, like for example like Ferran Torres. And now Barcelona are exploring other options like Raheem Sterling and Serge Gnabry from Bayern Munich as well. Now of course there will be some players leaving the club this summer, but two players who have communicated in the press and Dutch national duty that they want to stay at the club this summer are Memphis Depay and Frenkie de Jong. And finally, a massive update from the Barcelona board meeting that took place yesterday as Barcelona looked to bring in 740 million euros from the Polka Dot, Goldman Sachs, B11 Barcelona studio sales, and also an agreement with CBC is imminent as well. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes in this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. Now, the first player that we have been linked with is of course the #1 priority signing for Barcelona this summer, Robert Lewandowski. We do have a few updates on the situation. First, coming in from Mateo Morito, he's come out saying that Robert Lewandowski wants to play for Barcelona, yes or yes. Mark have come out saying that Barcelona are now confident of signing Lewandowski. The club applauds the action of him in the media, and it's estimated that the transfer will be completed for around 35 to 40 million euros. Now, I don't really agree with that price, but in the end, we're way too deep in this Lewandowski saga. Now, Sky Germany have come out saying that Lewandowski told Sky that he thinks it's time to share more information about the situation will come soon. He'll be able to say much more very soon, though the Bayern Munich board still want Lewandowski to fulfill his contract that goes on for another year. So apparently, according to reports, after the international break, Lewandowski, if his transfer to Barcelona has not been completed, he will come in the media and speak again and publicly push for his exit from Bayern Munich. Now you might be wondering, okay, let's say for example Bayern Munich don't want to let him go, we still want him. Remember a few weeks ago I told you that Juan Martin said that look, Lewandowski has to come this summer, next summer when he's free, Barcelona will not be interested anymore. It has to be this summer or it won't happen. So let's say for example Bayern Munich don't want to let him go. Anything else that Barcelona can do, there is an option out there, and that's to use FIFA's Article 17 to terminate his contract with Bayern Munich. Candace come out saying that Lewandowski's entourage says at the moment the player will not use FIFA's Article 17 out of respect for Bayern Munich. He expects Bayern to respect him back and hopes that the club will resolve his future within 2 to 3 weeks. Now apparently with this Article 17 from FIFA, if you tell the club 15 days before the season starts that you want to leave, they can terminate your contract, or maybe they can set a transfer fee based on your wage, your skill, your salary, all that sort of stuff. They will tell, okay, Bayern Munich, you have to sell Lewandowski for 30 million euros. If that bid comes in, you have to sell him, something like that. So there is that option out there, you know, worst case scenario situation. So we'll wait and see, but at the moment Lewandowski is not thinking about using that option. And lastly, Sport have come out saying that Lewandowski right now is focused on the Polish upcoming National League games and wants his future to be resolved by the end of this month. The striker wants to be a Barcelona player at some point in June and then start preseason with the first team in July. Of course, as we all expect, he wants to be part of that first team squad to go, you know, to Miami, to New York, Joan Gamper. He wants to be a part of the squad during that time. Makes perfect sense. So wait and see. It's a long way to go. Of course, Bayern Munich still have to sign their replacement, Sadio Mane and other players as well. And then in the end, they will take a look at Barcelona's bid. By the way, our bid is still on the table, 32 million euros plus 5 million euros in variables. But over the past 24 hours, we have been linked with another striker from France, and that is Wissam Ben Yedder. L'Equipe have come out saying that Barcelona are monitoring the situation of Monaco's captain, Wissam Ben Yedder. Now, this could be a backup option in case the Lewandowski operation fails, but in my opinion, we're bringing in Lewandowski because he's a top quality striker. Of course, he's, 39, or not 39, he's 32. I think Wissam Ben Yedder is 31 as well. I get it, the age is still there, but Lewandowski's coming in because he's a top quality striker, and of course, Aubameyang will be the backup. Bringing in Ben Yedder makes no sense. Of course, I think he's a great player. He's doing great in Monaco, did well with Sevilla as well in La Liga. I guess maybe worst case scenario, the club will consider it. But again, I think the situation is very, very unlikely. I think he's using the Barcelona links to get a new contract at Monaco. So wait and see. He could be an option out there. But again, Lewandowski is the top priority. Now, along with Lewandowski, another priority for Barcelona in the attack this summer is, of course, Raphinha, the Brazilian winger from Leeds United. And we do have some quotes coming in, firstly, from his dad. His dad was speaking to Sport, and he came out saying there are possibilities, but it involves three parties: the interest of the club, the current one, and the player. Raphinha is calm. The option depends on him. What he knows is what has come out in the press, nothing more. So his dad saying, look, Raphinha is calm. Of course, it depends on Raphinha, Leeds, and the club that want to buy him. And right now, they're hearing nothing else other than what we're hearing from the press. And then the big news came out, and it came in from Fabrizio Romano. He came out saying that Raphinha's priority is Barcelona, but the deal between Barcelona and Leeds is not close to being done. The English club wants 55 million euros at the least and not payable in many installments. Other clubs now are entering the race to sign Raphinha. This is why we needed Leeds to get relegated, because his price has doubled. 55, man. I'm reluctant, I'll be completely honest. I think the option now of having him and Dembele is gone. I think now Raphinha will only join if Dembele does not renew his contract, because for that price, it's just not going to work out. Of course, I think the salary can be, worked out in the end with Joan Laporte and the work of Mateo Alemán and Jordi Cruyff, but the transfer fee now is a big question. Again, many installments will not be accepted as well. Maybe, this summer, next summer, not like with Ferran Torres when we're paying in, I think, 4 installments or 5. With Raphinha, it would be maybe, 2 or maybe 3 max. It sucks. I now have big doubts about this deal. 55 is a lot, but there are other quality wingers out there who are available for cheap. Firstly, Serge Gnabry is available for 40 million euros according to Blind in Germany. Of course, 1 year left on his contract, and Bayern Munich want to either renew his contract or sell him this summer. Of course, Bayern Munich probably don't want to sell to us, so we're going to have to pay 80 million euros for both Lewandowski and Gnabry. Probably not unlikely, but he is a winger that's available. And another one that we actually have been linked with is Raheem Sterling. The Daily Mail have come out saying that interest in Raheem Sterling has intensified from suitors in Spain, with Barcelona alongside the Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid have been name-checked as possible destinations for Sterling. Now, if Sterling's cheaper, I'd go for him. Of course, he's English. I'm a bit skeptical about English players coming to Spain, in my opinion. But there's options out there. Mahrez as well is available for cheap. 55, I think it's a bit too much. Could we include players in the deal? Maybe offer 25 plus Trincão and Yedder, see how that works. No doubt the club will not pay 55. Maybe in installments they'll do it over 4 or 5 years, but this summer or in 2 installments they're not doing 55. The max the club will spend, I think, is 30, so they'll probably offer 30 in a couple of players. If Leeds rejected, then this will be out the window. So wait and see. The club is still in the race. So when they sign Raphinha, they will negotiate with Leeds, but Leeds United currently are asking for at least 55 million euros. Now, along with the attack, another priority for Barcelona this summer will be to reinforce the defense. Firstly, in the left back position, now playing in the Premier League, who will not be costing 55 million euros, is of course Marcos Alonso. And Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Marcos Alonso's agents are already talking with Chelsea over the player's future. The situation may start to become clear from next week. Alonso is happy with the terms and conditions that Barcelona offered him for his 2-year contract, although Chelsea will try to get as much money as possible. I swear to God, if Barcelona spend over double digits for him, I'm gonna be fuming. If they pay more than 9.9, I'm gonna be raging. I'm gonna have the biggest outburst on this channel. He's coming in to be the backup for Jordi Alba for a year or 2 at the max. I get it, the club have other priorities, they want to spend their money elsewhere. Okay, I've now accepted that. But if you spend over 10 million euros for Alonso, I will be pissed, because Javi Galan's available for that price, Grimaldo's available for that price, Guerrero from Dortmund's available for that price as well, and also Mundo Deportivo came out saying that if this deal falls through, Javi Galan is the option B at the moment. So no chance to be paying double digits, but again, Chelsea are asking right now for 15 million euros for Marcos Alonso, who of course has 1 year left on his contract. Now, the Athletic from the UK have come out saying that Thomas Tuchel is already planning Chelsea's squad for next season without Marcos Alonso in his plans. Ben Chilwell will be the starter and Emerson Palmieri as the backup from, of course, right now, who's on loan at Lyon, coming back to Chelsea. So Tuchel's already accepted that Marcos Alonso is gone. just don't spend that much money. That's all I'm asking for Barcelona. I know for a fact we will make a bid hopefully in the next week or so. His agent now talking with Chelsea to let him go for a very, very good price. So we'll have to wait and see. But no doubt currently, personal terms have been agreed with Alonso, and he is the number one priority currently in the left back position. Now, another defensive reinforcement that Barcelona are currently looking at is of course Kalidou Kouliably for the center back position. And Sky Sports in Italy have come out saying that Napoli have not received any concrete offers for Kouliably at the moment. The Italian club is trying to renew his contract, and they rate him at least 40 million euros if they want to sell him this summer. Of course, news that we already knew, but then we got the big one coming in from Sport. They came out saying that Kalidou Kouliably wants to join Barcelona. The operation will cost 35 million euros, and Barcelona will put Milan PNH in the process in an attempt to reduce his price. Apparently, Kouliably will not be renewing his contract according to Sport. Now, I'm bringing this in because, of course, Sport is based in Catalonia. They have to be, close to the club, but, they're probably the worst outlet out there. But we are hearing, lingerings from Italy saying that Kouliably is reluctant to sign a contract renewal. But again, he will wait for that second contract renewal offer from Napoli and then make his decision from there. So we'll have to wait and see. But right now, without a shadow of a doubt, Kouliably is the number one target in the center back position for Barcelona because, of course, Jules Koundé right now is very close to Chelsea. They're going to offer the money for him, and we can, unfortunately. So Kouliably is the next best one in line. Now, a position for Barcelona this summer that isn't a priority at the moment, but it could be later on in the window, is the midfield, and we have been linked with two Portuguese midfielders from the Premier League. First one being Bernardo Silva. Gerard Pique came out saying that Bernardo Silva would be delighted to join Barcelona this summer, but a move would depend on the economic situation and also on the future of Frenkie de Jong as well. Now, Bernardo Silva is an absolutely fantastic midfielder. If Frenkie de Jong leaves, he'd be my first priority to bring in, but if Frenkie de Jong stays, he can't come in. Of course, Man City want big money for him if they do end up selling him. Well, Man City don't really want to sell him. It's Bernardo Silva that wants to leave the club. So it's complicated. I think he still has 2 years left on his contract with Man City. So this summer, they will demand big money. Unless we swap Frenkie and Bernardo, I cannot see this deal happening. So we'll wait and see. We all know that Xavi dreams of the midfield of Busquets, Bernardo, and Pedri. It's very, very possible. But of course, unlikely at the moment because the club have other priorities. And also the same thing with this midfielder as well, Ruben Neves. Now, Sport came out saying that Xavi has spoken to Ruben Neves directly, trying to convince him to sign for Barcelona. He's the most realistic sign to compete with Busquets in the midfield. The player wants to join the project. Now, Ruben Neves, if we keep Frenkie de Jong, is possible, more possible, of course, than Bernardo Silva. I don't know, man. I think it depends on what Wolves will accept. Will they accept Trincão, Mingueza, Ricky Puig, Nico, or do they want just 50 million straight up, just like Leeds United? The club have money, but they can't pay these big transfer fees because they don't think it's worth it. Of course, Ruben Neves is a great player. Is he worth 50 million? Some people will say yes, some people will say no, and that's some people who are saying no is Barcelona. So we'll wait and see. I think the club are, keeping their eyes on that midfielder market in case Nico goes out alone, Ricky Puig is sold, maybe Gavi does not renew his contract, maybe Frenkie de Jong leaves. We'll have to wait and see, but signing a new midfielder this summer will depend on exits from the current midfield at Barcelona. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours, firstly being Francisco Trincão. Now, reports coming in from Portugal are saying that Real Valladolid, who just got promoted to La Liga the other day, has the option to buy Gonzalo Plata, who's currently on loan from, of course, Sporting Lisbon for 10 million euros. And if Real Valladolid do buy him, this transfer could unlock the Trincão deal. If Valladolid buys Plata, Sporting could buy Trincão. Now, I do think Barcelona will hold off on Trincão for a little while. Of course, he could be the massive unlock in swap deals, for example, for Ruben Neves or Raphinha. But of course, the club do want to sell him. They don't want to loan again. If they just end up loaning him, he'll end up, depreciating his value and leaving for free anyways. So the situation for Trincão is very clear this summer. Be sold or be included in a swap deal to bring down the price and benefit Barcelona. So we'll wait and see. But again, Sporting Lisbon are desperate for Trincão. They do have an agreement with him on personal terms. It's not up to Barcelona to sell him or use him in a swap deal. Now, there are players who Barcelona are currently unsure about with their future, whether or not they will stay at the club or leave. And those two players currently are Memphis Depay and Frenkie de Jong. But both players have come out on Dutch international duty speaking about their future. Now, firstly, Frenkie de Jong did an interview, of course. He was firstly asked, is there anything going on in terms of transfer? He said that I don't want to talk about any rumors anymore. I feel good at Barcelona. He was then asked, has there been any contacts with other clubs? And he replied by saying there is no agreement and nothing official. Then he was asked, what do you want to do? He said that, well, I prefer to stay at Barcelona. I said this before, Barcelona is the club of my dreams ever since I was little. He was then asked if a club calls you, will you pick up the phone? He said that, well, yes, but you always do that for any club. So that's Frenkie de Jong right there, leaving the door open but staying firm that he wants to stay at Barcelona. Of course, I hear a lot of links about Manchester United, but people in charge of the club Barcelona have not told me anything. So when I will assume there's no agreement, that is nothing going on at the moment. So then I won't have to worry about anything else. And then he was asked, has there been contact with Erik ten Hag? He said, I won't tell you this. I won't tell you this. It was about another manager as well, or another club as well. I did talk with Xavi about next season, but that was just a regular football talk about the squad and what needs to improve and all that sort of stuff. He was then asked on being sold to help the club out with the financial situation currently. He said that, look, I understand that, but again, the club did not tell me anything, did not propose anything to me, so I'm assuming that nothing is going on at the moment. And Frenkie de Jong concluded off by saying that I've never felt regret regarding choosing Barcelona. Definitely not. Barcelona is the club of my dreams, and it's been so since I was a kid. So Frenkie de Jong here saying, look, Barcelona have not told me anything. There is no agreement on the table, nothing like that. I've not been informed of this, and also I want to stay. So there you go. We'll have to wait and see, of course, if those economic levers, CVC, Barca Studios, BLM, are not finalized by June the 30th. Frenkie de Jong will be sold, but if they do get finalized, he will stay. But of course, the club can still sell him due to sporting reasons and not economic reasons. But this is Frenkie again in the press saying, look, no one's told me anything, and I want to stay at Barcelona. And also his Dutch teammate and Barcelona teammate as well, Memphis Depay, said the exact same thing. Memphis came out saying, I ended the season at Barcelona as top goal scorer for a club despite all my injuries. Of course, I hope for more, but I did not imagine Messi would leave the club this summer. His departure has affected us a lot. Then he was asked if he wants to stay at Barcelona this summer, and he replied by saying, yes, I've only been here for a season, but I feel at home in Barcelona, and I look forward to returning again there in the summer. So Memphis is saying, look, he wants to stay, and I completely understand that. But for me, I think Memphis' future will be decided on the forwards that we signed this summer and the ones that are leaving. For example, if Dembele leaves and Lewandowski comes in, I think Memphis Depay has a chance of staying. If Raphinha comes in, Dembele stays, Lewandowski comes in, Depay's got no chance. It depends on who comes in and out in that forward department, in my opinion. Of course, you do have Abdi at Barcelona B, you have Luke de Jong, you have, Braithwaite, you do have Adama. Of course, Luke de Jong and Adama's loans will end. Braithwaite's, being a mercenary, he wants to stay. So it does have a few factors in there, but I think in the end, Memphis Depay currently, at this current moment, does have good chances of staying at Barcelona. So we'll have to wait and see, but both Frenkie de Jong and Memphis Depay have communicated in the media over the past 24 hours that they both want to stay at Barcelona for next season. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Just two quick updates on Ousmane, Dembele, and Gavi, who of course are the last two contract renewals for Barcelona. Firstly, on Dembele coming in from Candacer, they've come out saying that Liverpool do not want to sign Ousmane Dembele. The executives of the English club laughed when they saw the rumors in the press. So slowly but surely, the interest for Dembele is going away. Apparently, Bayern Munich don't want him anymore because his wages are too much. Chelsea do want him, but his wages are too much. In the end, looks like Barcelona are the only team left. Again, no reports have come out since that meeting over last week. We'll have to wait and see with Dembele. I think in the end, he will leave. It's very, very unlikely that he will stay at Barcelona. But again, you look at Raphinha, he's 155 million euros. It is cheaper just to renew Dembele and keep Depay. And they're both quality players, so we'll wait and see what Barcelona decide. There is still a chance for Dembele, but again, it is very, very unlikely. Next quick update is on Pablo. Gavi. Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Gavi's agents are still waiting for Barcelona to send them a formal proposal for his contract renewal. So since that meeting with Sport 2 with Joan Laporta a week ago, they still have not sent Gavi's contract renewal offer. Of course, there's been a lot happening at the club over the past week or so. We had that big meeting when he signed, CVC and the other economic levers. So I kind of understand that, but Gavi's kind of being left in the dark right now. He wants to stay. It's been reported by the media, Fernando, Polo, Candacer, Sport, Mundo, whoever it may be. Everyone's saying that Gavi wants to stay, but he just wants a good contract. Very, very similar situation with Ronald Araujo. So we'll wait and see with Gavi. Hopefully Barcelona send him that contract within this week. He needs to sign that as soon as possible. He does have a 50 million euro release clause, with apparently Liverpool, Chelsea, and Bayern Munich want to activate this summer. So we'll wait and see with Gavi, but in the end, I am confident that he will renew his contract. But with Ousmane Dembele, I'm not that confident whatsoever. Let's now discuss some of the news surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Firstly, Gerard Romero has leaked how much Barcelona owe Gerard Pique based on the salaries that he's deferred, all the salaries that he's took, those pay cuts, all that sort of stuff. And he came out saying that Barcelona will have to pay Gerard Pique 50 million euros from his deferred salary. Oh my goodness gracious, 50 million euros for Gerard. Now, I've seen a lot of heat on the media from PK, from Twitter, from journalists, from fans as well. Look, this is not Laporta's fault. This is, of course, Bartomeu's fault, who gave PK that contract renewal back in 2018 and gave him a net salary of 30 million euros per season. Was he worth that? Absolutely not. 50 million euros is a lot, but in the end, the club are contracted to pay that for BK. Now the question is now, will BK, say to the club, okay, just give me 30 and keep 20, or, just keep it, or, I don't know, give me 10 over the next 30 years. We'll have to wait and see. But again, PK is not the only one. We owe money for Busquets, for Jordi Alba, and all those other players who deferred their salaries during the pandemic. I think we still owe money to Messi as well. So this is just, a small part of the big problem at Barcelona. Apparently, we do owe PK 50 million euros based on salary that he's given up at Barcelona over the recent years. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is giving you guys the updates from yesterday's massive Barcelona board meeting. The club did release an official statement saying the Barcelona board concluded their meeting and have concluded 3 big topics for Barcelona. Firstly being the sale of BLM up to 49.9% to one or more investors. Secondly, the transfer of 25% of the income from TV rights to one or more investors as well. And also, the General Assembly will be taking place on June the 16th, which is not this Thursday, not next Thursday, but the following Thursday, for the Socios to approve these movements. And Barcelona will provide more details on the specific deals from June the 3rd onwards. So this Friday, after that, of course, we will get more details on the specific deals that Barcelona will be doing. Now, in this meeting, nothing got signed. We did not sell BLM or sign CBC, nothing like that. All they did in this meeting was agree that, look, we will sell 49.9% of BLM and we will sell 25% of our TV rights. But the deals that they are planning to sign have been leaked, and the money is huge. Now, Playbook, who are of course very, very reliable when it comes to these, type of deals that Barcelona want to do, they came out saying that Barcelona have agreed to sell 49.9% of BLM for 200 million euros. And now for the 25% of the TV rights, 8.2% of that 25% will go to CVC for 270 million euros for a 40-year contract, and the other 16.8% will go to Goldman Sachs for also 270 million euros, but different terms and conditions which are currently unknown, and currently there is no news on the sale of Barca Studios. I cannot explain to you guys how huge this is. So overall, the total of income for Barcelona is 740 million euros. Of course, 200 from BLM and 540 from the TV rights, split into 2, one for CVC and one for, of course, Goldman Sachs. This is huge, and I commend the board highly for splitting the TV rights between CBC, getting La Liga and Javier Tebas on our side, making them happy, but also using the majority of their percentage for a good deal from Goldman Sachs. So in the end, they did not choose between CBC and Goldman Sachs. They have divided the TV percentage for both of them. Now, if you think about it, 25% of our TV rights is about, you get, I think, like 200 million each year from TV rights. You split that up over 40 years for CBC. That is quite a bit. But of course, only 8.2% of that 200 million will go to CBC for 40 years. And right now, the terms and conditions for the Goldman Sachs deal are currently unknown. Now, Sport have come out saying that everything is on track for Barcelona to end up aligning with La Liga and CBC. A loan of 270 million euros will be signed at a 0 interest rate, and that will be computed as equity. In exchange, CBC will receive 8.2% of Barcelona's TV rights for 40 years. Just by reaching this agreement alone with CBC, Barcelona are entering La Liga's Impulso project and will be able to invest 40 million euros in transfer, even if they end up exceeding the wage cap. Oh, this masterclass is absolutely orgasmic from Joan Laporta. This is why I told you guys to back the man and give him time. He's been here for a year and 2 months, and look what he's doing. Again, 40 years is a lot, but it is a very low percentage. Keep in mind, I think CBC wanted the whole entire 25% for 50 years, and Barcelona got it down to only 8.2% for 40 years. And again, the other 16.8% will go to Goldman Sachs for a better deal, better price. But now we join the La Liga Impulse project and we get Javier Tebas on our side. Now, apparently, according to reports, this means that Barcelona will drop out of the Super League, but I think in the end, Juan Laporta will join back. I disregard that rumor completely, but there are reports about that. So in the end, Barcelona walk out of these deals as absolute winners. So again, from that meeting, 3 conclusions. Firstly, 49.9% of BLM will be sold for 200 million euros. Secondly, 25% of TV rights, 8.2 to CBC, 16.8 for Goldman Sachs for around 600 million euros. But you might be wondering, what's the third update? Well, here it is. It's a big one. Barcelona B will be renamed to Barcelona Athletic from the 2022-2023 season. So of course, this season coming up. Barca Athletic was the official name of the B team in the 1970s when it was founded. In 1990, it was renamed to Barcelona B, and later in 2008, Juan Laporta changed it back. A few years later, Sandro Rosell changed it back to Barcelona B, and now Juan Laporta has changed it back to Barcelona Athletic. I mean, in my opinion, this is big news because I've known Barcelona B since I've been a Barcelona fan since 2008, so I never, known it as Barcelona Athletic, but apparently it's changed a bunch of times. But now Barcelona B is no more. It will be known as Barcelona Athletic. I'll probably still call it the B team in my opinion anyways, but that was the third big decision that was made in that meeting. So again, 49.9% BLM, 25% TV rights, half for CBC, half for Goldman Sachs. And finally, the name of Barcelona B will be changed to Barcelona Athletic. Now you might be wondering, are we getting any money any elsewhere? Well, of course, Barcelona will generate money in other positions as well, not just from these deals. Firstly, of course, from Polkadot. Sport have come out saying that Barcelona's new sponsorship with Polkadot will earn the club around 60 million euros. The cryptocurrency company will create NFTs and a metaverse for Barcelona as well. So you got CBC, you got BLM, Barca Studio, still unknown about that. And then of course, you have the sleeve sponsor in Polkadot, the sleeve sponsor in Spotify as well for the front of the shirt, of course. So Barcelona are ranking up the cash. Another income for Barcelona as well will of course be the new kit that will be released this Friday. Hopefully it won't be that big presentation like we did last year. I think that was a bit dead, but this Friday the new kit, the new home kit for next season will be released, announced, and put on sale as well. And the last income for Barcelona this summer will be of course pre-season matches, but Xavi and Barcelona do have a different eye. Rack One have come out saying that Xavi and the staff prefer to prioritize training and only play 3 friendly matches in the USA, but the economic area want to arrange 4 matches in order to earn more money. So of course, the Miami game and the Red Bull game are confirmed in New York and Miami respectively. The club want to do 2 more games, one on Clasico and one against I think Juventus and both in Las Vegas, but Xavi only wants to play 1 more game, come back to Barcelona, I think play the Joan Gamper against Roma. We do have another a friendly match for ALS against Man City, but of course that'll all go to charity and I'll be coming to the bank in Barcelona. So Xavi does not want to play too much. He prefers just to train throughout the whole entire summer, but Barcelona pushing him to play more games so we can earn some more money. So we'll wait and see on that, but again, a lot of revenues for coming in from Barcelona, BLM, Barca Studio, CBC, Polkadot, new kit coming out, and of course pre-season as well. In the end, the meeting went very good. We got a lot of conclusions, but now it is time to sign those operations. Like I said to you, CBC and BLM, they have been agreed, but not signed yet. And we have to get those signed before June the 16th for the General Assembly so the socios can approve it. So pretty much Barcelona have set a deadline for the next 2 weeks to finalize CBC deal, BLM and Barcelona Studio in order for the socios during the General Assembly to approve it. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But there's 2 main topics I want to know about. Firstly, Raphinha. Would you pay the 55 million euros? Would you try, pay some fee, include some players? Or would you go for another winger like Gnabry or Sterling or Mars or something like that? Secondly, of course, on that board meeting, how do you feel that Juan Laporta did? Of course, seeing the deal for Polkadot, Goldman Sachs, BLM, Barca Studio, and CBC. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.